kickoff straight ahead. We'll check in with our broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys. They come out here in the eye. They run with a rookie. Here's Elliott. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Here's the offense, and I don't know what more you can say at this point in his career about Jason Witten.
You just give him full respect. This is a guy who knows how to do everything on the football field. Not just catch the ball, but huge in the run game with his blocking at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Romo now on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
C.J. Mosley's your prototypical Alabama linebacker. They'll come downhill and smack you, but they understand the game so well.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Throwing on 3rd down, Romo. And this is going to be incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 4th down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Stays on his feet. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. They'll come out in the pistol. Throwing now, Kessler on 1st down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. They'll get 23 yards there. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st down.
Rashad Perryman is just gifted athletically, and I know we got a scare back in, what was it, June? We thought maybe a second knee injury, might miss a second year, but he came back, and he came back strong.
He played with his dad, didn't you?
Yeah, I played against his dad in college, and he turned out to be a heck of an NFL player. But Rashad, he's got a chance to really be special.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Throwing is Kessler. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. In this offense, they look towards Steve Smith a lot.
It's a good idea because if you don't, you're going to hear about it. No one plays the wide receiver position angrier or better than Steve Smith Sr.
On second down, Kessler. He's going to rifle one. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off. It's J.J. Wilcox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Get ready. Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in there.
And got his man complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27.
I know that in recent years, it's been tough on Tony Romo. A lot of injuries have piled up, but he's still able to sling it, Brandon. Look at that throw.
Yeah, he can. By the way, you know his given name on his birth certificate?
Hit me, hit me.
Antonio Ramiro Romo.
That flows.
He's got a good ring to him. I'm going to start calling him Antonio.
The lyrical one.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Let's go.
Now it's Romo off the bootleg. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the gun on 3rd down, Romo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, touching that, Barney. No, check. Here we go now. Green, 39.
Now Kessler on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And now the defense for Dallas.
When at his best, Orlando Scandrick is one of the top nickel cornerbacks in the NFL.
Offense just a yard away from the line they need to gain. 3rd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Hurry up, here we go.
On 1st down, Kessler. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Five wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Kessler. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that's caught inside the 35. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. On 2nd down, here's Kessler. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This will be caught at about the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
And the offense in a great spot. It's 1st and goal from the 3. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. 2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Cody Kessler, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays, don't you? I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
2nd and 10. Here's Kessler again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, Kessler. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Time to tighten up the seatbelt just a little bit, partner, because that was a safety that crashed in there and made that play behind the line of scrimmage. How about that pursuit?
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down.
Under. Train right. Kill. Under.
On 2nd down, here's Romo. Going right side, he has Winton. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Call it a pickup of 7. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. That's connection numero uno, Tony Romo going to Desmond Damon Bryant.
And how about the chemistry those two have built up over the years? Everybody always sees Dez as being so demonstrative on the sidelines, like he's upset about things. He just wants his quarterback to know he wants the ball, and he's going to make plays for him.
Now Elliott down to the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
One man in the backfield, Elliott. To throw on 2nd down is Romo. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Let's see what the defense dials up here, 3rd and 4. They'll come out in the pistol. A shotgun snap for Romo. Complete to Jason Witten. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And another reception by Jason Witten, all reliable for Tony Romo. You know what they say, partner? Once you get your first 1,000 catches, it's all gravy after that.
Yeah, one of 2 tight ends. He and Tony Gonzalez in the 1,000-catch club in the tight end department. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Let's go. 180.
To the air again, Romo. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Cole Beasley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They go back to the air here after the INT. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Kessler. His throw incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd and 10. 10 yards to go on 3rd. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kessler. And that's incomplete.
The days of knowing your assignment, dropping to it, and calling it a day, that's over with. Because now, when you drop into a zone, especially as a defensive back, you're seeing the play in front of you. So if a man wanders into your area, guess what? Now it goes from zone to man coverage in many cases. And on this particular play, able to see the play in front of him, react to it, and knock the ball away. Gotta like what you just saw there, if you like zone defense.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They come out here in the eye. Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Time to step aside. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Romo now to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Kamale Correa. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Over the middle, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Hurry up, here we go. Gone. Let's go. 3-19.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Over!
Halfback sent in motion.
Watch him now, Barney. Back there,
Out of the gun, Kessler. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Let's go!
2nd and 10 now. Kessler once more. This will be caught at about the 3. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Brashad Perriman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Another extra point opportunity here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he's brought down after a good gain.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now Tony Romo on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Bryce Butler, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Second down now after the incompletion. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Romo. Flush to his right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make it 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. Romo throwing again. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Get ready. Get ready.
They do snap it. Now Romo. And that's caught by Beasley. It'll be a 20-yard gain on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And now they're in the hurry-up. On 1st down, Romo. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Dez Bryant in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he knocks it through. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this 1st half. Final play of the half. It's Kessler. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this 1st half of play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along. Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive linemen, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now Kessler, and his throw is incomplete.
So many offenses want to improve their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Second down a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And they're definitely showing blitz here.
All right, now, look at 56. Here we go, 6.
Kessler now on 3rd down. Over the middle to Smith. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
From the shotgun, Kessler, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Crockett Gilmore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have broken the tie. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Another pistol look here. Now Romo. Complete to Gavin Escobar, the tight end. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Let's go.
Back to the air they go. Romo on second down. And Beasley with it over the middle. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And quickly they get to the line. Good throw, good catch, and the post route successful for the offense.
Really difficult on the defender. He got moved out of the middle of the field and tried to scramble to recover, but it was too late to stop the completion. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away.
So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Davis now. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
They're going to look to throw. He completes it to Bryant. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this...
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And his kick is good. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always...
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Randy Gregory in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. It's a 4-receiver look to the right side. Kessler. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Surveying the field. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they're going to face a third down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's Escobar. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now it's Morris. And there's a flag on the field. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
In the red zone this time. One man on the backfield, Elliott. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jason Witten, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. And it's up and good. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Kessler on 2nd down. He's going to look deep. He's got a man complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you. And
oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field, and they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he gets it down to the 32. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
good, solid, strong run that not only gets them a nice chunk of yardage, but takes the clock under 4 minutes. And now they're going to play situational football. How many timeouts does the opposition have left? How many runs do they need to call to make sure they bleed out those timeouts? But even more importantly, mentally right now, they hold the advantage. They probably have them at the verge of breaking. And what they want to do is finish them off.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Davis now. And Beasley with it over the middle. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Let's go!
A first down carry by Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you'll only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays, really hurts the team on defense. It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
Penalty marker is down here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. A first down throw for Kessler. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Ten yards still left on second down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Second and 10 now. Kessler once more. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. On third down, Kessler. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Throwing now is Kessler. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Steve Smith that time. And that'll make it second and 10. So second and 10 here. And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
No, check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Kessler. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 23 yards on the play. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we...
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Perriman, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security... is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out.
All right, here we go.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Give him 10 yards. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get it out. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
Defense showing blitz. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Final kneel down here as it comes inside the 42nd mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice. This is one of those games where you hate that anybody has to lose. So many points, so many great offensive outputs individually and collectively, but somebody had to go down.
And even the losing team had fun, although they won't admit it to us here in the media. But they had a blast because that kind of football, back and forth, touchdown after touchdown, it's fun for everyone. But the winning team, they had a little bit more fun than everyone else.